Hello, on this video we're going to go over the feature called mobile twinning, and that is using our cell phones or mobile phones. And again, it doesn't matter if your cell phone is a smartphone or not. Mobile twinning works with all carriers and it works with all cell phone models. So let me give you a brief description, and Josh and I are going to actually demonstrate this live to you so you can set it up in your office if it's not already set up. So what it does is if someone calls your desk phone or your anywhere number, it's going to simultaneously ring your cell phone. It isn't going to forward to it. It's going to ring in both places at the same time. So in other words, if you were to call my phone, I could either answer here or here. And then once I decided where I'm going to answer, so say I'm in my office down the hallway and I answered on my mobile device, but I'm noticing my cell phone signal is not that strong in my office, as I'm walking back, I get to my desk, I can keep the call going, and the caller never knows I just switched devices. And now I'm on a crystal clear landline, and I'm not having to lean up against a window or anything like that. So let me show you how it works. First thing I need to do is log back into my telephone here. And I am 6010, enter, 1, 2, 3, 4, enter, and log in, enter. Should come up, and we're there. Dial tone. Okay, so actually I logged out. Hold on. There we go. All right, dial tone. Okay, so Josh, if you would do me a favor, take your cell phone and call my anywhere number, which is 303-531-6010. And again, what's going to happen is it's going to probably ring here the first 2 rings. My cell phone carrier is AT&T, and it has about a 2-ring delay when you call it directly. So it's not going to forward to it. It'll keep ringing at my desk phone, but it'll also ring here. Okay, there's Josh ringing. You can see my phone's lit up. I'm going to go ahead and answer on my cell phone. Simply answer. And again, if you have call recording going on, oh, yeah, keep me off speaker there. If you have call, excuse me, call recording, this call's still being recorded because it's connected to your corporate phone system. I mean, these phones are fully integrated now in there. So in this scenario, I'm going to do what I just said. Josh and I are talking, but I noticed within our building, my cell phone coverage is kind of sketchy. Instead of having to walk outside and possibly put up with noise pollution outside to get a better cell phone signal, I decided to take it in my office. So I walked down the hall to my office, and on your phone, in different phone models, this is the 9620, I'm going to scroll down to a feature called mobile twinning. And I highlight it, I click OK, and now the call's over here. We're still talking. And go ahead and throw me on speaker. Test 1, 2, 3. Good. So you can see we're still connected. The caller didn't hear any clicking. We're on a crystal clear landline. I don't have cellular issues anymore. And then the same way, if I want to leave the office and I look down at my watch and I go, man, this call's taking longer than I thought it would. I have a 2 o'clock appointment across town I got to leave for now. I don't want to really tell the callers, hey, maybe it's a conference call or something. I'm going to call you back when I get in the car, because everyone knows when I call back in the car, I'm probably going to get their voicemail because people are busy, especially if this is a revenue generating scenario. So I come on over here, and in my speed dial list, excuse me, in my speed dial list, I have a pre-dialed number called Call Steal. Okay, and Call Steal will steal the first call appearance that I'm on and actually pick up this telephone line, end the call here, and then I'll be connected over here. So Josh, go ahead and throw me on speaker. Test 1, 2, 3. I'm on my, go ahead and do it one more time. Test 1, 2, 3. As you see now, I'm on my cellular phone. I can get in my car. I can drive over to my other appointment and not ignore this customer and increase my customer service. So by having the functionality of having these in here, let's do one more test. I'm going to go ahead and hang up. And on mobile twinning, there's a full feature set with a couple of things I could do. The first thing I'm going to show you is call transfer. So in this case, I'm going to have Josh call me. I'm going to be out in the field somewhere, and I'm going to answer the call on my cell phone. Remember, rings both places. Real nice for your customers, by the way. They only have one phone number to call you on, and it gets you on your cell phone or your desk phone. Right. So go ahead and call.
Okay.
And again, it's about a 2-ring delay for AT&T. Okay, and there's Josh calling. I'm going to go ahead and answer. And Josh in this scenario would be possibly one of my customers. And we're talking, and I accommodate what he was calling me for. But somewhere at the end of his conversation, he said, remember, he called me on an anywhere number. He doesn't know if I'm in the office or out of the office. So he says to me, hey, Jeff, I got a question for the person in your accounts payable department. Can I talk to them as well? And they say, sure. So what I'm going to do is on my keypad, I'm going to hit star star and the 4-digit extension of the person I'm going to transfer him to. And that allows me to announce the call. Well, as soon as I hit star star, Josh is going to hear on hold music or on hold messaging off of my phone system. And I will announce to the caller. In this case, we'll do, I think, Jamie's sitting up front, but we'll do one of the people sitting up front. And on that, I'll announce it to Jamie or Brittany, saying, hey, I have Josh on the other line. Josh can't hear me announce it, and you have a minute to talk with him. If they say yes, I simply hang up, and Josh will now be connected. If they say no, I hit star star again. I get Josh back and say, hey, they're not available right now. Is there anyone else you'd like to speak with? So now I got full phone system functionality. So let's go ahead and try that. We're still connected. I'm going to hit star star and 6043. Josh should hear. Go ahead and hit your speaker so they can hear what you're hearing. He's hearing messaging on hold. And you can take it back off now. Actually, it's 5 till 9, so Brittany might not be on. I'm going to hit star star. Josh and I are back. All right. And I'm going to try somebody else. Star star 6004.
You ask for one of our sales consultants to schedule you.
She's not in either. Let's do Brian Thomas. I know he's sitting at his desk. Star star 6020. He's on the other line.
Kip.
Yeah, let's see if Kip's in.
We'll show you better ways to stay connected with your customers and clients, but at the same time increasing.
Hey Kip, we're doing a demo video, and I am going to transfer Josh Englert from my cell phone, and here just a second you'll have Josh on the line. Thanks. So I hang up. Kip, are you there?
Yes, sir, I am.
Alright, so now you can see Josh and Kip are now connected on Josh's cell phone. And again, call's still being recorded. All the calls still being recorded and reported on, so it's actually documented as on our reporting service as well. Thanks, Kip.
Thanks, Kip.
Alright, and all the functionality was still there. So you can see I was trying different people. I was able to get Josh back and say, hey, Brittany's not in yet. She'll be in about 10 minutes. Jamie's on the other line as well as Brian Thomas, and then we finally found Kip. So that's a real world scenario. People are busy, and we want to connect our people with live people, not voicemails. So I'm able to announce the call. I'm able to tell the receiver, hey, I got Josh on the other line. He's calling about this. Josh can't hear that, so we can have a private conversation first. There's a lot of functionality in there to keep your customer service up really high. The last thing I'm going to show you is paging. So a lot of offices have paging where you can do a page all, and in this example, if you're looking for somebody that's within the four walls of your building, but they're not at their desk, you do a page. Hey Josh, if you're in the building, call Jeff at 6010. You'll hear this a lot at car dealerships and RV, boat, and motorcycle dealerships. You'll hear this a lot in warehouse environments. Paging is very common today. Sometimes it's overhead paging on loudspeakers. Sometimes it's office paging just over the speakers of the phone. So in this scenario, I'm going to do a page, but in this case, I'm driving down the road and I'm on my cell phone and I need to find Brian Thomas. And I just called his desk and got voicemail. I know Brian's in the office, but I don't want to pull my receptionist away from her post. She's busy answering other customer calls coming in. So I need to get a hold of Brian. This is an imperative business situation that's very time sensitive. So I'm going to page Brian Thomas in the office, and wherever he's at, if he's down the hallway in someone else's cube, here in our conference room, so on and so forth, he'll be able to hear that, pick it up, and business will get done. So all I simply do is I go to my speed dials on my cell phone, or in this case on iPhone, they call them favorites. I'm going to hit this speed dial. I'm going to throw it on speaker here so you guys can hear it. It's going to dial an access code. Someone called Jeff at 6010, Jeff 6010. Okay, that page was just heard throughout my entire office. There's 30 people there. They're calling me back, and remember, I got 20, so it's going to ring in both places. In this case, it's Steve Kindle. Hey, Steve, how are you? Hey, will you do me a favor? Please hit it, Josh. And tell everybody where you're located.
Omaha, Nebraska.
So Steve said he's in Omaha, Nebraska, and he heard the page at his home office where he has a VoIP telephone set up. So really, when you page, you're not paging the four walls of your office. You're paging your entire communications network. Doesn't matter if they're sitting on their soft phone in a hotel room, if they're at their home office in Omaha, Nebraska, or Boston, or LA, or they're here in a corporate office in Denver. Everybody heard it. Hey, Steve, thanks for returning my call. Take care. So, paging allows people to do, the whole point of all these tools is to do more with less. So we want to increase customer satisfaction rates. We want to reduce headcounts to keep your wages and your payroll in check, because we understand in today's times people have to be able to do more with less to basically survive. So mobile twinning is a great feature to use if you it comes standard with our system. It requires two pieces of technology to work. It requires what they call a PRI phone line or a SIP phone line. Both of those we can help you out with. It does not, unfortunately, work with analog phone lines. So you do want to make sure you either have SIP or PRI phone lines, which is commonly referred to as a T1. And mobile twinning is not an add-on feature. It comes standard with all the competitive business tools offers using the IP office. And it's per user, so you don't have to have it turned on system-wide. Maybe you only have a few people that turn it on. But it does have to be programmed, so if it wasn't in your scope of work when you did the initial install, please open a service ticket. If you're under our Platinum plan, there's no additional charge. On Gold and Standard plans, there's an hourly rate that our service department will give you a quote on and let you know how much it is to set up. But I don't think it's that much time per user to set up, but they do have to do some programming on the system, and then each user can turn it on and off either at your desk or remotely. So Friday at 5 o'clock, you don't want any more business calls ringing on your cell phone, you can remote in, and there's an access code to turn it off. So, cool. Is there anything else I missed?
No, you hit everything.
Okay.
So, I mean, I think the only last thing is most important, you're going to be easier to do business with. Being able to implement this business class mobility feature, you're always going to be able to talk to your clients live, and they're not going to have to dial a multitude of numbers, and you're always going to be available for your customers and be able to respond.
Good. As far as the access code numbers, our service technicians, when they program it, will provide those for you. It is different by company. So when you set up your speed dials on your cell phone to do a page all or to do a call steal, those are your two that you'll want to set up. And the other thing that doesn't really have to do with mobile twinning, but does have to do with our system, is remote access to your voice messages or voicemail. There's an access phone number for that too, where you don't have to call in and have people transfer you to it. So that being said, you'll get those from our service department. They'll set it up, but that's how you use the features, and that's really how it's designed to be used. So good luck, and we'll see you on the next video.
Thank you.